I'm saying he played 13 years. He won the title 11. I think he coached because he was coaching and then he went back to just playing, I think. But you have to look him up to get the whole truth. My memory ain't that good.
Yeah, Bill Russell. I really be you really taught me about Bill Russell.
I'm just letting you know some things that have happened before your time. You couldn't know it, you would have learned about it from somebody.
Whenever we talk about basketball and the history of it with you, it always led back to the Bill Russell era. Like you always let me know how dominant they was for real. Cause you'll be like Chamberlain to have 50 on them, but Boston to win.
The fact, Bill did more than win in Boston. He won 2 college championships at San Francisco.
Damn. And they don't even talk about that.
And Bill won MVP 5 times. And Bill was a short. He was only 6'9". But he was one of the greatest shot blockers ever. And he changed the way guys looked at defense. Bill knew defense was very important. And they say, like, Will was in those days, Will was like shot.
Yeah.
And Bill was the only one could stop Will when he did. Will would get a bunch of points, but Boston would win the game sometimes, most times, especially the important ones. But Bill's story is a great sports story, man. Who has, hey, I like what Michael Jordan said about Bill.
What Mike say about Bill?
You got to look that up, man.
Oh, all right.
But you'll see why I say what I'm not saying, though. Because Mike gave honor to Bill for what Bill has done in life, not just basketball.
I'm hip.
It let me know, even though I hadn't heard much talk from Mike, what he was saying made a lot of sense. And that lets me know that he got a pretty good brain. So, like Bill, I look at Bill, Ali, then I look at Jim Brown in football.
Yup.
There are a few men who are giving their life in certain areas and other areas other than sport. Sports ain't the only thing black men can do.
Sports.
Yeah, man, I just
Sports.
say what?
Nah, that's real. Sports isn't the only thing black men can do. That's what Bill,
Well,
like, they were using Bill every year for real. Bill was still active with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he bridged the gap between them younger generational players and the people in his time. Like, them young players, they talk that shit sometimes, but they don't talk none of that shit to Bill. Like, all of them be respecting Bill.
mm-hmm.
Like, when Kobe and Shaq was going through their beef, Bill the one that had to talk to them niggas and said, man, y'all doing what they want y'all to do. Y'all two black men bickering. We making money basically. We y'all living your dreams and y'all giving them something to talk about so they can make money off of tabloids.
That's like Tyler Murray.
With the Cardinals?
Huh?
You talking about the quarterback?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Sometimes we need to give more thought before we act. If they want something to talk about other than what the young black, they got so much ability, but they want to talk about something else to put them down. So when they put them down, they put our people down. Because that's what it's all about, if you follow me.
Nah, I get
you. Mm-hmm. And Tyler needs to talk to some people so he can get them, so they can teach him. Because these young guys sometimes think they know everything just because they got some money. Like, man, we done had all that money back.
Yep.
And that's his real lane. Because they act like they love you. You notice how after they use a nigga up, they get to talking, you see that they don't have respect for him. Some of them just don't like black. No matter how successful they get. That's what they couldn't stand about Jim Brown.
He left on his terms.
And he was running over people and telling
Hello?
but just left on his own terms.
Yeah, I was just about to mention him. And it's funny because Barry Sanders' father believed Jim the greatest. And Barry did what Jim did. They both left in their 10th year or something like that. And they both left at the top. While they was in their prime.
They left when they were still a whole men. They didn't wait till they get broken down. Then couldn't live life like they really wanted to. They'll run you to death. When you go on, they don't even mention you. And Miss Smith, when he left, Dallas has ran him to death. I'm serious. When he broke the record for rushing, the players had to help him across the goal line to get the yardage he needed. He was out on the field see, but watch. One of these black football players is going to speak up totally one day while they're in the grind. And they're going to tell them, now we can make y'all money, we good. But as soon as we get hurt, and now it's unlike they used to be, y'all throw us in the trash. Like nothing. It's inhuman how they treat some of them football players. Because they are first came in. And they done all that shit. And sometimes they do the same thing to the white players. That's why they found the linebacker from Pittsburgh, Ham, or one of them, when they had the two good linebackers.
Yeah.
One of them was living homeless, and he had certain infections in his body, and nobody in Pittsburgh was helping him. But while he was playing football, he was Mr. World, the best linebacker in Pittsburgh history, and all that type of stuff. Sometimes what Barry and them did is they jumped in front of all that. Barry, y'all ain't gonna buy me no gold wheelchair, push me around and shit. Y'all buy me a wooden one. I'm gonna get up for y'all crush me. That's why I ain't understand Barry at first. But when I look at the whole picture, I started to understand him better. Don't even talk about the boy Jack Tatum fucked up.
Remember me and you remember that we used to look at them football lives and we looked at the Barry Sanders story?
Keep talking.
No, I was saying, do you remember that?
I think I remember somewhat, but not thoroughly.
Because that's when they was talking about, the father was talking about,
Who's the best?
yeah, where he introduced them. And he was like the second greatest. Like his father was he still viewed Jim and Barry respect that. And we looked at the story, how they was mad, the media was mad at Barry because he wasn't selling shit for him, basically. Like he ain't like to be on camera for real, like he wasn't really with it.
Because you know what the camera is really about? Selling shit. Making money. That kind of struck me funny. I don't hold on to nothing that long, but funny feeling went through my body. And I heard about Bill Russell. And I remember reading about Bill Russell long ago. I read about him in my youth. And they were talking about what he had gone through when dealing with the people in Boston. They were treating him and some of his teammates like they couldn't even go to the same room with the white boys. They had to go in the room, go in the hotel through the back door. Shit like that. And these whiteys, if they could, they'd bring that time back, right back here for our
Yup. Nah, they got a better plan now. They done came up with some better shit. It's what you said. You said it on one of the videos. You say on the videos, it's a video that's circulating now. Black people that lost Chocolate City Part 2. And they got Blunt Rap Bird talking. And Blunt Rap Bird said, they used to chain our body. They chain our brains now.
They had more. That's what I try to. When I do talk to people, I try to make sure that they tell the people this is a war we fight. They're gonna try to trick you into thinking all war is guns. It ain't guns. They ain't trying to fight you with no guns. But they're trying to control the mind, control your thinking.
Like that. You remember the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, I remember that name.
It was the little nigga was training, the white nigga was training the Marines. He was like real wicked. He kept picking on one of the niggas named Powell. It's your man that's in all them Law and Orders that you be looking at. I don't know his real name, but he one of the main niggas, kind of heavy set, white guy. He in The Godfather of Harlem. But anyway, when the nigga told him, he was like, it ain't the gun that kills. It's the hard heart that kills. So it's like they could control the mind, like you said. The gun just a tool. Who can we get to shoot that motherfucker?
Yeah. All those things of understanding that God talk about people trying to get understanding of the true nature of what we dealing with. Right there.
Cause look, you said people want understanding of this shit.
Hey, if you really don't understand it, you can be smart as you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm just basically saying like,
no, I'm just talking.
Yeah, this shit is like I just read this thing. Well, audio heard it, but the nigga made a lot of sense. I don't know where they got these quotes from, but it's called 45 Life Lessons by a 95-year-old. But one of the Jones, he say, he was like, life isn't fair, but it's good. It say, life isn't fair, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. Because it is a wicked place. But it's also a place where I done met people like my grandfather in life. You know what I'm saying? You, friends, like, you know, people like how we talking about Bill Russell. Got to learn about a Bill Russell, you know what I'm saying? Going through all that type of shit just to show, make an example, keep going hard.
I looked at a person like Bill as being a person sent from God.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yup. I look at a person like you as being sent from God. Shit.
I hope that's true, man. That's some good shit you saying.
And many people feel that way. But I know what you know. You know, we know what the real. You know, the mercy.
Yeah,
That's just a
yeah.
hope. Cause
You
like,
gotta dig deeper.
yeah,
I gotta keep trying to do what God wants me to do. And in these times, all I got really is a voice. So I gotta do that. And I have to do good things if I can. Me and Keisha was talking about that. And I was asking her to do some good things for me, for other people. And I told her I'm not trying to tell her what to do because I trust her judgment, but I want her to keep that in her mind. That's what I want to be doing these last days I got. I want to do something for somebody, anybody, anybody that God wants me to help. And what that help's going to be, I'm asking Keisha to put in a little time to find out what that is.
mm-hmm.
Maybe God will tell her what to do. But it's all good. In fact, I feel good that I had that thought
Mm-hmm.
because it starts with a thought. So it made me feel a little better.
It's in you, but it's always like this. Just who you are, period. But like you
You know,
said, it's a difference. Like it's the thought. Like some people just do things because of who they are, and then it probably extra special when a person is mindfully thinking of ways to impact people in a good way. I view that like, you know how we always talk about the great Carl Lee. You know what I'm saying? I look back in my childhood, it was certain moments that, you know, he the neighborhood hero. But I look back, I remember times that he took out and gave me and Keisha money to go get a Slurpee or something and tell me stuff like, yeah, man, step, everybody growing their hair, always be different. Keep, man, we got our hair cut. Cause that was during the time Bone Thugs and, you know, everybody was trying to be like AI. But I respected that, like that type of shit stayed with me.
mm-hmm.
And he probably don't, like, of course he did now, but of course at that time that could have been just regular. Like he wasn't doing it to be brownie points, but it made an impact.
And guess what I always say?
But
God knows.
yeah,
God saw him in a way more of what you talking about now. A lot of people didn't see that. But like they say, heaven, there's going to be a lot of people in heaven that you wouldn't even think go to heaven. Because we not God. It'd be fucked up in heaven if I invited some of the people, me just being the man I am. I ain't trying to do God's job for him. And I'm going to give God the respect. Let him know I know stay out of his business. Yeah. What did you do last night?
Me and E, we was looking at the Danny Garcia fight.
Who you fight?
Jose Benavidez.
Who won?
Danny beat him, outboxed him.
Was it a good fight?
It was cool. It was cool. Danny at the end, though. You know what I mean? I don't really like fights that don't got significant meaning no more. Like, that was just two names. Danny fought him at 154. They moving up. You know how this shit go. I like Danny, but that was a payday.
They trying to make some money.
Trying to build him up for somebody at 154, but I ain't really that interested. I want to know what Bud going to do and what Spence going to do. Point blank, period.
Yeah, you know me and the kids. I told you. I don't know if I told you. We coming down there for little Lily's birthday.
Yeah.
I told you.
I think so, yep.
That's about 2 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be closer to you. Hope I get to see you.
Yeah, you gonna see me.
Hey, I'm about ready to get off this phone. You know me.
All right, that's a bet. Thanks for calling me.
Hey, you know, that's what I do.
Yep. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the great Bill Russell, man.
Hey, I ain't wrestling in peace. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still here.
He's just on different planes.
Yeah.
He done this shit. He finished.
Yep.
So he left.
Yep.
He ain't trying to deal with this shit, man.
Yep. All right, Dad, that's a bet. Holler at me.
Hey, you do what you think God wants you to do and take care of yourself.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right, Dad.